Hello and welcome to All I Do Is Fail. I am your host, Tom Elwers. I'm joined today, as ever, by my co-host, Mr. Ali Woods.
How's it going, Tom? You all right? How you doing, listeners? What's going on?
I'm good. I've shaken the cold and I'm good.
Yeah, that was quick.
yeah.
Well done. Very nice stuff. I'm fine. I'm looking forward to a good weekend.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Well, how does that sound so suspicious, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a good weekend. What are you planning, mate?
I don't want to know.
Don't wanna know.
Okay, we are joined today by the fantastic Josh James.
Hello.
How's it going, Josh? How are you
good.
doing? You all right?
Your
Your skin's looking very brown and healthy.
Yeah. My belly actually is looking very round as well. Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all right. Just got back from the honeymoon, so like fucking back into it. Back makes you realise when you go abroad how fucking ropey England is.
Yeah,
to be
depressing.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
January as well. Yeah.
Yeah, January not great, but yeah, I've been all right. You been all right?
Yeah, good. We've all been good. Yeah. So
Where would you go on honeymoon, Tom?
Where would I go? To be honest, like Maldives sounds perfect.
Yeah,
That's
no.
the place. Like,
I wanted to do something like a little bit more original, but that is.
well, where did you want to go?
Florida.
Disney World.
Disney World.
Actually, that's where I wanted to go.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So what did your wife say? She was like,
She's like, no, she's fucking down.
Some people though, like Disney World. Like I knew this girl, and she sort of lived up by like the Disney World, and she was saying like people get like super into like they have their weddings there, they have their honeymoons, they have the whole life.
Family friends
Goofy's the vicar.
got married out there, like in Disneyland, all that sort of thing. It's cool, and it is a cool place to go. I love Florida. I love all the theme parks.
Yeah.
yeah, big Bob fan. Universal Studios as well.
I met some American people last year at a wedding, and I was like, I love America. Like, I just got to think about it. I quite like the culture. I like basketball, that sort of shit. And I was like, I love America. I've been to a few different parts, and I was like, oh really? I was like, yeah, what parts? I was like, New York and Florida. They were like, oh, you're not really into America then. It's like a bit predictable.
But it's a whole continent. I mean, yeah, the culture's similar, but like in
Yeah.
terms of landmass and like if you talk to someone from Utah, they're gonna have a wildly different lifestyle and things.
I think when you feel like
yeah.
30% or there's a good percentage of Americans that have never left America.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I
it's
think
way
it's-
more
And you
than
don't
that.
need to really, because if you want to go to a bit...
80% of them don't have a passport.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's that
oh,
high.
fucking hell. Where did I get 40%? Just plucking out thin air, but yeah. But yeah, no, it was good. And back to it now.
Back to the grind. Back
exactly.
all the Maldives over.
What did you miss most about England? Nothing.
The food.
No,
Fry up.
No, the tea, to be honest,
Yeah.
because the tea bags are fine, but the milk is
Yeah.
what makes sort of a cup of tea, and I love a cup of tea.
Condensed milk.
Yeah, that, and missed the start of Love Island.
Oh dear.
Heartbreak. Had to be in the Maldives, so
Yeah.
had to miss
You were
the
living
beginning.
Love Island.
I still
mate.
watched it on YouTube a little bit. My missus
big
is
Love
like,
I-
are you really watching
Yeah.
it? I was like, yeah.
You're a big Love Island fan then?
I just like I like reality TV, like,
Oh, really?
trashy TV.
Because
to
I
be
remember you
honest.
telling me what you were on an episode of the Only Way to Essex when you were
I was
down
on the
for
first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were on episode 1.
Yeah, on episode 1. But I'll tell you what, this is a fail because I was like, do you know what? I'm going to do a little saying on that. I might put it on you, like on Instagram or whatever. And I went on ITV Player and I've been fucking cut out of it. But I wasn't. If you go on YouTube, I'm still on it. But I was on. I was only like fucking extra. I was like 19 at the time. And basically, what it was like my dad had in Brentwood, where like a lot of Only Way to Essex is based. My dad had a photography, like a photo studio, and then over the road to that was a hairdressers where like Amy Childs and all that used to go. And there was the pilot episode, and they're like, "Oh, we're doing this show about Essex. We need a photographer." And my dad was like, "Well, I'm not going to do it, but my son might do it." I was like, "Yeah, fuck it," and went and done it, and then pretend to take some photos, and then was like, "Take it easy, darling."
Oh, what a line.
Yeah.
Oh, smashed it.
Yeah, I got a PA out of it though. I done a PA in.
What,
No, I'm only joking. Yeah.
Had you down in
Yeah,
Oceana Kingston.
Yeah, done a remix.
Yeah,
Take it easy, darling.
Yeah, take it easy, darling.
Yeah,
Wait
but
for that
no,
bass to drop.
But I
Take
remember
it easy,
watching
darling.
it. I remember watching it, like, and my heart fucking sank because what I was doing, I wanted to get into be like TV runner at the time. So I was thinking, if I go do it, I can make some contacts or whatever.
Yeah. But I suppose it was that sort of birth. Like you didn't realise how famous.
I didn't know what it was about.
Yeah.
The thing is, though,
you
is
could
that-
have if you'd known, you could have fucking
but
worked your way into that show.
But
like.
what it was is like it was the pilot, and then I was like, I'll do the pilot, and then it cut. I was watching it, like everyone the first episode, everyone's got to watch this. It's fucking about people where we live and that. And then I was watching it, and my heart sank because I could see the scene, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to be on it. And I was on Twitter the whole time, and everyone was fucking caning it. And that's why I always respect the people that actually went on it, because at the time, it was fucking awful, and people were like, "Oh my god, these people are so embarrassing!" Like, but they fucking stuck with them, and some of them are like fucking done really well out of it. But yeah, at the time I was like, "Oh no!" So it wasn't actually that fun to laugh about at the time because it was actually quite embarrassing. Like,
did anyone attack you personally? Like, that photographer's a bit of a dick, isn't he?
No,
Ali Woods.
Just my mates really. So, and my dad and that. But yeah, that was
my whole family, just everyone.
Just my nearest and dearest.
But that's funny, and it was fucking over like 10 years ago now.
What's your favourite reality program?
I like. Do you know what is my favourite ever? Have you ever watched Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah.
That is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Is it good?
His wife died recently. Rest in peace.
Yeah. But isn't he now dating his daughter's mate or something?
I'm not that big a fan.
I read something a bit shady about him dating someone.
Oh mate, he's shady as fuck, and he's racist as fuck as well. Like I stopped watching it after a while. He was like, he come out and said something racist, and you're like, what? I can't believe he. And then you look at him like, no, of course he did. Of course he said fucking something racist.
Jimmy Savile paedophile thing, where it's like, what? Actually, there was a lot of signs to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. So that's probably up there. Love Island's a classic.
Yeah. I've watched Precious Little of Love Island. Have you watched much of Love Island?
I've not watched any this year.
The last couple of seasons.
But like generally, I mean, like, I've watched one full episode. I've watched bits of other stuff.
Yeah.
What is it? What do you like about it?
What do I like about it? I just like. Do you know what? It just
that was a sort of.
Well, actually, I first got into Love Island because then, like now, it's like been cleaned up a bit. They don't really smoke on there, and originally Love Island, like you watch them shagging and every stuff like that, and I'm just like, yeah, go on. You know what I mean? And I probably just wanted to knock one out, to be honest, at the time.
Now you're watching it, just sort of touching yourself.
But now, not
really doing anything.
Now it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more like cleaned up now. It's not as entertaining. And I just love the fact that people that go on it often, they're just fucking shameless, and they're just like whatever. They're ordinary people, and they just think. And they go from just being ordinary people, and then they like go and fucking. I just find it interesting.
Do you watch Ex on the Beach?
Do you know what? I've got standards. I don't watch
that.
I know that's carnage.
My house, because he says
it's carnage.
That's Love Island without all the niceties.
Yeah,
that's just brutal.
Yeah.
There's a fantastic clip of it. I don't watch it, but he showed me this clip of it. So Ex on the Beach, if you haven't watched it before. Literally get fit people on Ireland, then systematically bring in people who've dated those people and just make them all just sort of like try and spite each other.
They're the worst sort of people as well.
Like Love Island, it feels like they've clocked on that actually people want to watch more positive stuff. So they're trying to get people on who are a bit funny, a bit personality, generally positive. Ex on the Beach, none of that. It's just like, you got absolute fit body, shit house, whatever. So then this dude comes on, right? He's one of the girl's exes. He still likes her. He's like, I'm thinking I could maybe get back in with her.
Hold on.
That sort of stuff.
And then he
so you might know this. Yeah. This is exactly it.
That is a beautiful episode. Yeah, that's a great
one. Beautiful editing. So another of her exes is there, and he's come on, been like, look, he's a bit of a geezer. He's like, look, you know what? I know we ended things a bit too soon. I reckon I'm well back in here. And the other guy's like, I'm just hoping, I think we had a good connection, right? So then the good connection guy is getting booted off, right? And they were like, do you want to just leave now, or do you want to watch what your ex has been up to since you've been here? And then he
sits and watches.
He watches just getting fucking rattled every which way. She's getting hit from the front, she's getting hit from the back. Oh mate, he's quality.
Yeah, but he's got an iPad just watching it, and it's not like in a diary room. Everyone else is there, including the girl and the bloke who's upset, and the girl no shame, as you said, shameless, just laughing like, oh my god.
No, but that geezers are wrong. Like, if you're like, right, do you want to watch this birthday you still got feelings for, and you want to watch her getting, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But you're just gonna go, do you know what?
I don't need to say
everyone would think in a little perverted way, just like, Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I do want to fucking see what she's been up to.
Yeah.
But you just wouldn't, would you? You go, you know what?
Especially not to do a fucking goggle box of it on TV.
Honestly,
Like,
yeah.
so-
I can't describe it. He's on the table, got the iPad. Literally every other person on the island is just watching, going, "What the fuck are you watching, mate?"
Yeah, everyone's looking at him like, "What you?" Yeah,
and he's trying to
That's
like
for
keep a
beauty.
straight face.
But Love Island last year, like it's like how raw. It's just like raw relationship, and that's it. Like that episode last season where that blonde girl, they got split up for a week, and that blonde girl Amy loved that guy Curtis.
Yeah.
right? Loved him, and then Curtis basically just met another girl, tried to recouple with this other girl, but the other girl didn't want him to. But then knew he was fucked because obviously this other girl is going to tell Amy when she comes back.
Yeah.
So then had to like admit to her that I tried to bin you off, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
So that's why I've chosen you.
Killer. No, and I just love situations like that. Like real, like it's just real, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've tell you, it was one of probably my favourite ever reality TV moments was on Celebrity Big Brother when
Kinga put the bottle up her. That was-
King,
it was
licking the thing out of George Galloway.
Oh,
no,
right,
there was a woman in there that used to be married to David Bowie.
Oh yeah.
Right, and
yeah,
then there's
yeah.
a Tiffany Bird, I think she's like a black lady from America.
Yeah.
And then there was David Guest.
David Guest,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I know what you're
David
talking
Bowie's ex was like, got called into the dive room and they were like, look, David, you've got to tell you David Bowie's dead. She comes out and she tells this to Tiffany. She goes, oh, I've got to tell you something. I go, like, you know. And she's like, what? She goes, David's dead. And Tiffany Bird thinks they mean David Guest, who's in the house. She goes, no! She's like, no, calm down, calm down. She goes, no. She goes, I got to tell you, David's dead, David's dead. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? And then David just walks out of the toilet like, you're right. And everyone's like, ah! Oh, mate. Absolute beauty. That's probably my favourite reality TV moment. Absolutely fantastic.
Big Brother was a big thing. That was before Love Island when I was growing up. That's what you used to watch.
Yeah,
and have
I
your
remember
favourites.
that notorious hot tub incident.
Mate, I know that as well.
That was-
Any teenagers like that.
Makosi.
Yeah,
Cozy,
Makosi in the hot
Anthony,
tub, yeah.
Orla.
Yeah.
They're all at it.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that was just like when that show, like back
was-
in the day, they were just like, right, let's get all these people, let's just give them loads of booze and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
play out
another
them
thing because
alcohol.
Love Island they have was it 2 drinks or something? You
I
get
mean,
max.
you never see them steaming in
Yeah,
Love
you get
Island.
2
Like,
drinks
they're just
max,
pretty.
Yeah.
But
You know.
Big Brother, because also that was the thing as well. They had to shop, didn't they? So they had to say what they wanted in
Yeah.
from like the money they made. So
So
that's
it was just like, I just
doing-
want chocolate.
I want the condoms.
yeah, literally. And got them- and
I just
something
have
like
chocolate and Frosties.
eight crates of Kronenberg. That's done. What else do we need? We got £7 left for the food.
Can we get any packing?
I was like,
Would you go on one? Would you go on a reality show now? Then
No.
now you're a stand
if you got offered a good one,
There's a
though.
big. There feels like
No, mate, I'm married now. Like,
But
like,
you get on Towie. You get on Towie.
No, I wouldn't do tower. No, I wouldn't do tower. No, like, I'm a serious comedian now. You know.
That's what I was
but-
going to say. There's a big. Why do you think that is? Then there's a big sort of comedians see themselves. Even see with things like Britain's Got Talent, which is supposed to be a variety show that you should be able to
Yeah.
go on if you're a stand-up. So stand-ups get a bit like artistic or snobbish or whatever you want to call it about reality TV. Like, do you feel the same now? Then do you feel like the two can't mix?
Do you know what I think? To give credit to us comedians, like
thank
I
you.
think, but I think a lot of people like probably when a lot of us start because we all have dreams. We think, oh yeah, like you know, you watch someone like maybe like I don't know, like Peter Kay, and you're like, wow, that'd be amazing doing arenas and doing this and that, and you think, I think a large part of you gets in it because you want that sort of status and maybe fame, you know what I mean? But then as time goes on, you fall in love with actually the performance and the writing side of it. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, for example, Britain's Got Talent's a good example, is because for a lot of us, I mean, me included, someone who loves reality TV, I just like, I also want to be credible, you know what I mean? And I want respect from my peers. It's not to say I would never not do Britain's Got Talent. I might do it one day, but at the moment, it's like I want to do exhaust other avenues.
Yeah, everyone's going to get to that point where the Britain's Got Talent.
And whenever
rings and you answer.
whenever I see a comic,
15 plus years, so they're a bit
Yeah.
like, I'm not getting another thing in there.
But if you look at the statistics, so I looked it up on the last series, like Britain's Got Talent, if you're on that, that's like something like, I think it's like, you're talking like millions of people that watch
viewers,
it.
yeah.
Compare that to Live at the Apollo, which I think got to the last series something like 500,000 or something like that. So honestly, in terms of being a comedian, what you can perform on, doing your comedy live, Britain's Got Talent probably is the biggest platform.
Exposure,
Stage.
yeah.
So I think whenever I see a comedian on there as well, I'm not like, I want them to do well. I'm like, fucking come on, like, do you know what I mean?
But it's the argument is like, can you make the cross from, because there are reality TV stars on the circuit now.
But do you ever feel? Do you feel like you go into rooms sometimes, especially because in comedy as well? Like it feels more and more, especially in London. Like comedy used to be the working hero, the guy would get up and he gets it, and he's talking about his job that he's had that's tough and all that stuff. Whereas now more and more it feels like there's so many obstacles to entry, barriers to entry that get moved out of the way if you've got money, and more people who are succeeding are from wealthy backgrounds in comedy. Like, do you feel like with sort of the background you've got, I mean, obviously you said you've got money, but in the way you talk and stuff like that, do you ever feel like in comedy you have to pretend like you talk in a different way or anything? Because sometimes I feel like that. I'm on a bill and then I realise like I'm one of the few people who is not from like a private school or something like that, or especially sometimes you go up and there's like it's all Oxbridge guys and stuff.
I can't say I don't really change. No, not really. I'm sort of comfortable to just be myself around people, and if there's that person or even the audience don't fucking like it, I think, well, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna change.
Because I've done gigs with you out in like Kent,
yeah,
Essex, and I've done the opposite, and I've become.
He comes out like, "Oh, what's up? How's it going?
Ladies, how we doing tonight? All right, love.
You and your birth, is it? Oh,
you fucking love it, don't you? Let's get fucking around with a fucking cunt over here.
I mean, there's certain jokes I will say for certain audiences, you know, and obviously if it's a real working men's club, then I'll just do I probably would just turn it on, like, be really like, you know, fucking really speak like my grandparents, you know. Like,
but that's just like being like a versatile comic and like just being able to play in the room. Like like there are very few people who wouldn't be able to do that act and not switch it up at all for like any room, you know.
Like in some rooms I've seen you sort of like become sort of like more likable and sort of approachable. Not like sort of the just sort of like
change up my whole
now. Mate, take the screw off there.
That's good, isn't it? Great.
we've gigged together quite a lot, Ali, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure. I always enjoy watching.
Well, it's one of those, you get on the circuit and then you see people on the bill, you're like, oh, nice. And you get a little bit of excitement. You're like, yes, good. Here we go. Mate,
and then there's some people you just like, not even that they're not good acts, but you just think, like, and there's some people that never. There's some people that are good acts, but then you think, I don't fucking want to sit around that bloke. And like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And like, you talk to him once and you get an idea that he's fucking bit of a prick, so you just stay away from him. That's what I find.
There's
or you start a podcast with them.
3 years later.
That's a double zing, mate.
Double.
Oh, Horatio, there he is, producer.
Just counting the zings.
Zing count. And the zing count is?
There's 2 at the minute.
Two zings.
It's get a little...
3.
Yeah, do that. It's when you have to be in a car with people and you know you're going to have to be in a car and you're just like, fucking hell.
The car is sort of 2-3 hours there and back with
there are some people that, like, if I'm driving and they say, and I'll look on the bill and they'll be like, can you drive these people? And then I'll come over an excuse. If it's people I like, I'll take them. But I'm just like, and they'll be like, I'll give you petrol money. I'll give a fuck about the petrol money. You keep your 10 quid, mate.
I'm not going to get the 3 hours back.
Yeah. I'm not going to fucking sit and talk. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just like...
We had a nice car journey.
Back from Kent. And then...
you were on the radio on TalkSport.
And then you've been on there recently.
I've been on TalkSport, yeah.
Nice. Go back
what you do TalkSport?
Do it like fucking nothing.
What were you
go to TalkSport? I don't tell people the facts. Like 1 till 3 in the morning.
Yeah, that time you're doing anything except listening to the radio. That is when I'm on.
I do TalkSport. What show do you? Morning show. In Brazil. Something like that.
7 in the morning. Yeah, not late night one. Not late night one.
It's that hour when you just got fucking lunatics calling up, just being like, basically, it's just like if it was Burnley or my wife and my whole family, I'd pick Burnley. Like if I had to, honestly.
Mate, you get some fucking nutcases listening at that time of night as well. Just call it up, mate. It's funny, but it's such a great experience going in there. I love to, you know, to be able to have listened to a radio station for so long, then go on in there, even if it is the fucking graveyard shift. It's just a cool thing to tell your grandparents.
But there are still people listening to it. But like,
fucking my mum is definitely still up. You know, But no, mate, I think it's still good numbers. So.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. To be honest, there's probably loads
I've
of
heard
people.
about 98% of cabs on shift at that time.
Mate, that said, a couple of cabbies, and they're like, was you on TalkSport? They're out at that sort of time. So, yeah, there you go.
Nice. I like that how you're pretending that they started that conversation.
Yeah.
I see you're a TalkSport fan.
You came in with your
you
TalkSport
have a
t-shirt,
listen,
just like,
yeah,
here's a
tune into
picture
the
of me.
AIDIF.
Yeah.
So what do you talk about? You was just talking about Tottenham and that.
Yeah, although I'm not really fucking... This is one of the things that I've been going the last couple of years. I think I've told you this, Adley. Like, I'm a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
But the spark for me, I like watching any football and even Spurs. It's just not there anymore, man. It's fucking sad because, and this is not just because we nearly won stuff and we didn't. It was the start of last season when we got in Champions League finals. The start of the season, I was just like, I'm not fucking bothered about this anymore, man. Like I'll go and watch. I still go pretty much most weeks. I can't give a fuck if we win or lose. I don't seem to have that connection. I think it might be the new stadium, like.
Yeah.
I just can't.
It might also be like getting married and like just more priorities in your
Things
life.
on your mind. Also, comedy's quite an obsessive thing as well. It's hard to sort of...
Do you know what? Going to watch like someone live that I really love. I get that's the sort of buzz I get now that I used to go watching Spurs every week. You know. So yeah, but there you go. They'd always be my team.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah, shit club better. So. It's unfortunate for you.
Just for Arsenal.
Yeah. Okay, well, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Josh's fail of his life. Okay, guys, we are back with Josh. Josh, the floor is yours. Take it away. Tell us your fail of your life.
God. Okay. So
Question, you might surprise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit. All right.
The one thing
you've been thinking about
the
last
one
comedians,
thing you've
comedian
been podcast.
the one thing you've been prepping me about all week, and I'm sitting there surprised.
Listen, if you behind the curtain, we just went to Josh. So we're just going to do the fan of your life now. And he was like, ask away. And then someone, what's the fan of your life? And he went, gosh, well... All right.
But I got a memory of a goldfish. Fucking bad.
You told us that 2 minutes ago. Do you know
You look like a bit of a goldfish. So, the one for me is when I was about 19. I went to a rave called Mullet Over. You've ever heard of it?
Was it Mullover?
Mullet Over. It's like a big
Mullet
rave.
Over?
Mullet Over. It's like a...
Is that sort of like... It was like
a big rave.
post-80s
It was a big
thing?
rave at the time, and it was on Halloween. And yeah, basically, I fucking...
Whereabouts is this then? It's
It
near
was
you,
like
or is it
it was like
way
South
out into
London.
the...
So I couldn't even tell you where it was. South London somewhere. Like
Right,
some
in like a
abandoned-
warehouse or something?
Yeah, something like that. And I drove up there, and I fucking drove back at like the next day, just like fucking really ridiculously stupid. Had drank and stuff, and fell asleep at the wheel, and drifted over to the other lane and crashed into another car head on, and I fucking somehow like everyone. I mean, I wrote off like 2 cars. But thank God, like someone looking down at me, no one was hurt, and obviously I got done like for drink driving and all the rest of it, and like got a lengthy ban in community service and that. But fucking was just so lucky that no one was hurt, and just that is without a doubt my biggest ever fail, and just like the biggest regret of my life. You know, like people like I always think people go, I've got no regrets, like. Fucking, that's not, you know, there's a lot of stuff that
and they're usually not the best people who say that. I can tell you.
Exactly. There's a lot of things I regret in my life, but I mean, probably none so more than that, because the couple that I like crashed into a bit of an older couple, and just felt like a scumbag. For something I've never actually really like. I'll always give myself a hard time about that. Right, you know what I mean? And I'll always something that still fucking makes me when I see stuff like that in the news, it makes me just like
Triggers you.
Yeah, exactly. Makes, you know what I mean?
So if we unpack it a little bit. So you go into the rave, you got tickets, that's all cool, and you're meeting mates there or something, or is driving mates?
I went to like a cage fighting thing in the Brentwood Centre.
It's the most Essex.
Yeah, exactly.
So like cage fighting then a rave.
Yeah.
But I was basically with like, I don't really talk to him anymore, but there was like my mates at the time. And one of my mates, like, we went with his uncle. His uncle is just like proper villain, you know. And
sorry, wait, he wears a cape or
what was that mean?
the guy with the 20 moustache who plays the organ.
Yeah, he's Joaquin Phoenix. And then we ended up in like Romford.
Calls himself Doomsday.
But in this place called Brickyard, and like just surrounded by, they just like gangsters, like 19 at the time.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I'd had a few drinks, and there was this rave that loads of people were going to. And I called up my mate Jack, and I was like, look, do you want to come with me? No one wants to come. He's like, yeah. It was like a fancy dress night. And we turned up. I was in like Air Max's, Ralph and Polo. He'd been to Sugar Hut in Brentwood, which you were dressy. He was in like loafers and a suit jacket. We looked fucking like ridiculous.
Wait, he's wearing a suit and you're wearing
Yeah, so I'm wearing like Air
Max's.
Max's.
Sort of Ralph
Yeah,
Lauren or
like
whatever,
Ralph
yeah,
Lauren.
yeah.
And he's in like a suit.
Wow, what a pair.
We turn up, we're like, yeah, can you let us in at like 3 in. Anyway, we start for the next
Wait,
stage.
so you drink drive there as well?
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
so what at that point? Do you drink? Not obviously not now, but like, did you at the time? Were you quite often drink driving, or maybe one?
Do you know what? Yeah, maybe one. I've
You never
not really done it to
really-
that extent, and I don't really know what fucking come over me that night, to be honest. And you know, just like you look back and you just think, how could I be so like stupid and like so irresponsible? And do you know what? Because for any drink drivers, and there's a lot of people who probably still do it. It's like the biggest thing, and this is what cuts me up. Is like, fucking doesn't matter about your own life. You lose. You like put everyone life around you at danger.
So
do you know what I mean?
People in the car or in the other cars.
In the other cars, you know, and like, it's just so fucking selfish. Such a selfish thing to do. And that's what I always say to anyone, you know, like, if you do it, you're a fucking moron. You know, like, even one, just don't do it, get a fucking cab. What's like, you know, get on the train. Like, what, you know.
So you go to the rave, you're at the rave for what, a few hours or whatever?
Mate, I couldn't tell you. I just know that I stumbled out to some place in Shoreditch at like, probably like 11 in the morning next day.
11 in the
Drove
wow.
back, yeah. And,
Are you with your mate then, or is it just you at this point?
Lost him.
Yeah, he's there in his suit, just
Yeah.
he's at a business interview.
And work the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Yeah. So you go. So start driving home. Like where did it happen with them?
So I was on like, I had fucking one crash in I think somewhere like in Ilford, and then like drove off, went to the side of a van.
What before this? Or?
Yeah, but on the same journey home, and then I was round the corner from my house, and I was thinking, what am I gonna say to my dad? I'll be like, I was posed it on a car, and just weren't thinking straight, man. Like, I can't tell you what sort of headspace I was in. I was just like, it was almost like just a mad couple of days, you know, because like I like to have a drink now, but I'm never usually that. Maybe I went through a bit of that stage, my late teens, early 20s, when I'm still trying to figure out who I am, and I'm just a bit reckless, really. And you know, like if you feel a bit shit about yourself, or there's issues there, what do? You go out and you get fucked. So maybe there was something a little bit deeper there that I was just trying to run from. I don't know, but yeah. And then then I got to Brentwood, and I was going up this Worley hill. I fell asleep. Luckily, I fell asleep at the top of the bottom of the hill and sort of rolled up. And it happened like at the top of the hill. Lucky it took the momentum out, and you just can't. Like that feeling. Then I called my mum, and my mum and sister turned up. They was in like floods of tears, and it was just fucking like, you just think, what is wrong with you? Because I'm not got no one to blame but myself. I've always come from a good family. You know what I mean? I'm not. Yeah. It's just me being a fucking prick, being an idiot.
Did you get arrested?
So many people do it, though.
Yeah.
It's not just to you. And funny enough, we had Chloe Petts on the last episode. We were talking about how booze and getting drunk can be the culmination of a lot of things going on before that. It's not just necessarily, I've had one too many. Like it's a reaction to something you might not be satisfied with.
Yeah, sure.
And especially at sort of 19, you can feel like you're invincible, but that can also
exactly that.
But that can also be because you're not caring about the consequences, because of you're not thinking, you've not got high self-esteem. You're like, oh, it don't matter. Oh, I don't care what happens to me, whatever. And one side that feels really cool, but on another side, it can feel like, well, you're not actually caring whether you get home safe or not.
But teenage recklessness is like, it's the reason that kids talk crazy on Twitter, because they're just not thinking about consequences. You you are told not to drink drive. You know this. Everyone knows that. But like, you just, as a teenager, you
do think you're invincible to some degree. And do you know what? At 19, you do think you've got all the answers. I almost want to write a joke about this, because like, it's true with everyone. You know, like, when you're 18, 19, your dad goes, you think you know it all. And you go, no, I don't. But in your mind, you go, I know a bit more than you, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're past
But
it.
you don't, like, and you're fucking 18, 19. I would say up to you about, I mean, even that, like, even up to mid-20s, like, you're still a fucking child. Like, you still got childish mentality. You don't really understand the world. Do you know what I mean?
And so your brain stops developing at 24.
But when you're 18, you can do all them things. You can drive, you can drink, you can... Do you know what I mean? And it's like, just such an immature...
Yeah, well, that's it. You do get access. And because it all comes at once, you've got all this stuff that's illegal to you when you're sort of 13, 14 and getting up. And then you just think, I can't wait till I can drive and drink. You get it all at once. You don't get it staggered.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're just thinking, well, I just want to get pissed and drive myself wherever I want. And if they happen on the same night, then fuck it. It's it's my life.
So actually on the night, so after it happened, did you then get arrested at the scene?
Got arrested, got taken to Romford police station.
What was the other car?
I couldn't tell you what car it was.
What was going? But who was it in that one? Was it just a guy? Was it a whole?
No, it's a couple, an older couple.
Right.
I think that's what made me feel, because I'm I was quite close to my grandparents. They're all dead now. My nan's on her way out as well. But no, but she's fucked. But anyway,
If you don't follow Josh on Instagram, he occasionally puts his gran up there, and I love that she goes to her home where she's staying, and he captions the location as Alcatraz prison.
God, but I love her to bits. She's like I'm really like, especially those grandparents. We call them nanny. We used to call them nanny and granddad post, because my granddad was a postman.
Oh, right.
And my granddad was like real opposites. My nan's like, they're both from like the East End. And my nan, if you look on my Instagram, she's lovely, quite similar to Catherine Tate. Like, the nan just fucking comes out with just a real character that then people don't exist anymore. You know what I mean? Like, even the way she talked, just like, you don't really get people like that anymore. My granddad was quite the opposite, just really the kindest, like, gentleman. But I was always very close to him. And I think I could just always remember that, seeing this, I can't just thinking that's probably someone's grandparents. Imagine how fucking annoyed them kids are at me if someone done that to my grandparents. If I got hold of them,
not got much,
you're probably going to get arrested yourself, because your emotions tell you'd beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
You know, like,
you've not got much time with these people left if someone takes away that
exactly.
time,
And what if that? I got so fortunate that day. What if that hadn't been the case? I did
But then, so in the aftermath of it, you knew you were going to have a court date that I was assuming was set.
Yeah,
down the line
and to like the extent of it, like, and talking to the lawyer. I was like 19 at the time, and I was like, but I'm not going to go to prison, am I? She goes, look, that's a possibility.
Fucking hell.
And then I was just like, what? Like, I mean, you boys know me.
I'm going to get murdered.
No chance. Like, absolutely no chance. And I'm nearly 30-year-old man now.
Yeah.
Imagine me at 19.
Yeah.
It's tough
Just
doing stand up anyway, let alone with the
in
prison.
I mean,
Who's in tonight? All of us.
It probably would have been a maximum of 3 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
But even
3
2 weeks
months.
in there,
Yeah.
I would have got fucking my ass handed to me bad. You just know it would.
Yeah.
And just that feeling I've never felt.
Dread.
Dread, anxiety.
And your mum and your sister are how they?
Yeah, I can remember my dad crying to my dad, going, "Dad, what if I go to prison?" He goes, "Well, you're just gonna have to fucking deal with it." And I remember usually your parents are like,
trying to reassure you.
No, it's gonna be all right. And my dad was like, my dad was like, "Look, you just got to fucking deal with it." And then when you hear that, you're like, oh my God. That's not what I wanted to hear.
And then he got to the court and his dad was in the opponent's box being like, send him away, knock him up. I've got 19 years of evidence against this boy.
Yeah, look what I found under his bed. All these fucking crusty socks.
He's arrogant.
But
that must have been...
So,
mate,
but do you reckon he was angry do you reckon that was because anger at you?
No, my dad's he's just a realist. Like, he will, he won't like think it up.
Sugarcoat it.
And I think the lawyer to him, like, look, there's probably like no previous, he's a good kid. You can tell that, but the worst case scenario, yes, he could do. But probably, obviously.
But if you got a judge on the wrong day who didn't,
exactly, he was feeling hard. He's well within his right to have done that.
Yeah.
He could have passed any sentence they want.
Mm-hmm.
But loads of referrals from just like people like fucking school teacher and stuff. I'm just like, look, he's a good kid.
Yeah.
He's just made a fucking, really big mistake. And
So what's your mum like? Is she worried, or is she more?
oh yeah, my mum's just like the sweetest woman, and I mean that's one of the hardest things is her picking me up, and like just fucking being in tears and just like letting down someone to that extent, you can't quite put that into words, to be honest.
There's a difference in there when your parents are angry at you, shouting or whatever, and you're like, oh, fuck you, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but there's a difference when you see that in your parents' face when they're just real disappointed in what you've done.
Yeah, and like couldn't not ask for better parents. I had always had a good upbringing. Parents are still together now. Good family, really loving family. Like I said, I didn't really go without, and so I had really everything, like no excuse, like some people, if you commit certain crime, there are mitigating circumstances. You think, oh no, he's that. No, actually, I can think of a few people off the top of my head. Actually, I know I've gone to prison, and I think, do you know what? Though they never stood a chance because of their upbringing, where they come from, But none of those excuses, And just watching mum fucking be that upset. It's just like something that will always, will always be haunt me a little bit.
So you get to the court, and then. How does that go then? So
well, the fucking geezer before me.
this better not be like got done for double murder. What a dickhead!
You're a fucking loser, right? When you're basically like a crown. I think it's a. Well, I don't know I can't remember what it is, the crown or magistrate, but the base. It's lowest down court because it's not that big of a crime, and they get them in, they get them out. There's no big jury. People don't go like it's basically right. Next, Josh James, and you come the guy, but then you basically watch from the fucking viewing gallery before you're about to go on your cases next or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
sort of like going up in a store,
yeah. On your set, like just fucking up.
But
this guy's killing it. Like
the bloke before me was there because he nicked a Red Bull from a Tesco in Harold Hill. He was in there in a tracksuit and he was like, oh, she's bollocks. I'm thinking, you're a fucking loser, mate. You're a no hope loser. So he done me a favour, to be honest.
Yeah, he went out.
When someone bombs.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got there and you look like fucking Bill Burr,
You can tell because you can tell the crowd are nice. They want to laugh, but that guy's just so shit. And then you're like, get me on. Everyone's coming up to you like, you were so good in that court box today, mate. You were just.
How are we all doing, people? All right. We all drinking today.
Yeah. But not me, Your Honour.
I went up there with a suit, was just like, but like actually I pretended like. Just pretending that I was crying, but I was generally fucking really upset. And got obviously a fine and 2-year driving ban and community service.
What did they make you do for community service?
It's just like
stand up.
Yeah.
Still doing it. Still paying it off. We want you to gig.
He's here as a part of it. He's actually got a tag on his foot. So.
I'll tell you what, there are fucking some open mic nights that they should send community service to. Once they get a bit of audience, in fact, that is torture. Yeah. Having to watch some people.
Yeah, you've got the audience for open mic for 2 years.
Yeah. Do your bit for mental health in this country. Do show support.
That's so true. Just painting fences, all that sort of shit. Picking up leaves, that sort of thing. Yeah.
How did you feel doing all that stuff? Was it?
No, that was
fair.
Yeah, it was what
did
it was.
You do? Just like every weekend for.
Yeah. I didn't get too bad. Like I think it was like 100 hours or whatever. I know people that have had like 200, like that have been had to do it every Saturday for a year, which is no thanks.
Yeah. Wow. And so when you first got in the car again, because you drive because you had me lift bag. No, I'm still not allowed.
Edit out, mate.
How did that feel? Were you apprehensive about doing that? Or
well, one thing was trying to get insurance. Insurance is like,
oh, of course,
shit. So I got a smart car because that was the only thing I'm getting insured in. And I've driven a smart car since. I've still got a smart car. Just because like I sort of fell in love with them really. I got them because it was the only thing that I could get insured on. But now I just like them little small cars. They're good for gigging because you can park anywhere.
And in London as well.
And they are, you get in them and they feel like they're a bigger car.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I can't really remember the experience of getting back in the car for the first time. But I've never been a bad driver. Like I don't speed. My missus actually has a go at me because she's a very slow driver, and I was always a slow driver even before I had the crash. And I was quite. I just made one mistake. You know, I've always been.
Are you cautious now, especially feeling tired, like driving back on roads and stuff?
Yeah, I will definitely. Yeah. You know, I will definitely make sure because the tired thing is when that's what. Falling asleep at the wheel. Yeah.
So it's sounding like am I right in saying you haven't forgiven yourself for this?
No, without a doubt, no.
Do you think you should now? Do you think it's like?
No, I don't think so. I think there's certain things in life where you've got to.
Did you get the contact details of the couple?
Yeah, I wrote to them and I just apologised. Didn't hear nothing back. Of course, you wouldn't fucking if. You know, but I just hopefully they knew that how sorry I was.
Yeah. You better keep your fucking mouth shut as well. Don't you say a word. I'll be back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Josh,
just vroom, and then just
stitches get stitches.
Yeah.
I'll write a letter to him and that. But yeah, got no response back. Don't blame them, to be honest.
Yeah, fair.
So you just think sometimes there's things in life that you've got to not just forgive yourself for. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. No, I just think
because it is, as you say, is an honest mistake.
No, I would not. But then say it's an honest mistake. It's not. Is it really? No, fucking should have known better. And it's just, you shouldn't do it. If anyone's listening, if you do it, you're an arsehole. There's no other way about it. Fucking don't do it.
Yeah, and it was like you're saying yourself, you have to carry that with you now for the rest of your
life.
Like,
I mean, I've got lucky, to be honest. Like. How if you drive head first into another car, then someone usually dies. You know what I mean? To be honest, And the thing is, actually, drink drivers. If you kill someone drink driving, I know when I done it, the sentence was that if you kill someone like dangerous driving or careless driving, it's only like a couple of years, or something like that. Or don't know if the law's changed, but it's like, probably should be a little bit more. What's it? Like fucking harsh.
Yeah. Especially for drink driving. Like if you use drink driving,
there's just no excuse, man. No excuse.
Well, I mean, it's cool that you've
shared.
Shared that, man. I could tell. I mean, obviously, this is probably hearing your voice, but you can tell the emotions are still there, man. And really appreciate you sort of sharing that story on here. Maybe something a bit more fun, or maybe it's going to be less fun. Worst gig.
Yeah. Oh no, this is fucking better.
Yeah, so I fucking shot someone. Yeah.
I think drunk driving, man. Drunk gigging was awful.
No, the problem. Worst gig was when I was. I mean, I've had some shitters, like some real bad ones. I think because my act as well, it's like I can see that like. Why some people maybe wouldn't like me. Do you know what I mean? For the same reason why some people...
of course.
I put a video up the other day on Facebook, like I'm doing like more of these.
While driving.
About reality.
I'm on the car, lads.
I'm doing a lot more of these like Instagram videos now, and I talk more like just about things like reality TV and like about people in Essex and stuff like that. And one of the things...
I saw that bloke on...
So basically I've done this thing about watches where people... like, I don't know if it's a thing anywhere else, but to where I seem to live, people, like a lot of blokes, they buy some nice watches, but that's just not enough for them. They want to make sure if they're getting pictures in, they're like that, they're holding a drink like that, or but I said the classic one is they got their mate in a headlock like that, right?
So they can get the watch.
And I've done this, and it got a really good reaction on Instagram. I'm like, I'm going to stick it on Facebook, and I did got like 20 shares. I've been like a couple thousand views. It's not gone viral, but you know that that's funny because it's got a good reaction.
Something to work off as well.
Some geezer it. Let's get it up. Hold on.
This guy is great. He's so upset.
There we go. Where is he?
You do love it when. I mean, that's just someone
just
trying to make a funny video, and
yeah.
people on the internet so annoyed that it's come in their feed or whatever.
Here we go. This man is a cock who is not funny. So I had a bit of back and forth with him, but you've got to laugh. It was really... Because it's never... People that comment on things like that, like you go on there, and if it was like a normal bloke like you two, you feel, oh, God, fucking I am a cock.
Yeah, maybe
But it's always blokes who are like in their like mid-30s. You could tell like life's not really worked out for them.
And they're bitter. They're getting the bitter.
Yeah, but I can see why people like that would fucking maybe not like someone... like me, who's a bit
good looking,
No,
funny,
Got Korean comedy.
all,
no,
you
but
know
I
what
just
mean?
mean like, as in maybe like I don't know, I come across as like a bit cocky or whatever, a bit like bit big mouth or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I can understand it because someone like that in the pub, I wouldn't really like.
Well, I tell you what though. Nigel Wung, who's been a guest on his show, said to us, when you get the negative comments, that's when you know you're doing well. Because that means it's gone out of your feed. It's gone out of the people who follow you and all that. And it's just getting out to people.
Yeah.
So that means it's a popular video.
Yeah, you don't get hate from people who like it.
Yeah, fucking more people call me a cunt by all means.
Because all my videos just get likes and like, haha, I mean, mostly just from me. But
It's his mum and the spam accounts.
We should make some fake accounts and just do each other's videos.
I should do that. I definitely haven't.
Russian,
I got the Russians on it. But that means that's because it's people who are already into it anyway.
Yeah.
And obviously we've seen people come up and off. It's been like, I don't get why this guy's popular or whatever, and just scroll past them.
That's so true. But there's so like comedy subjective in it, and there's some people you see that are real successful, and you go, look, I don't really get it. It's not my thing, but you got to respect.
Get yourself.
If you see enough people enjoying it, you think, right, that is funny for a certain audience, and I can, respect it.
Get yourself on TikTok, mate. Gattis can.
No, Darren Walsh.
No. But Gattis is also.
Gattis is going.
He is raking millions of
No
views
way.
on TikTok.
Really?
Millions.
What about Darren Walsh? What's he doing on there?
He does like a few thousand.
He
But
does them
good
based
for
off
him.
his puns.
Yeah.
So
Gattis can.
his most popular video, it's got millions of views, is like he says, he's talking to himself, but as two characters. Oh, I got a pizza from Iceland, only £2. And he's like, oh, brilliant, I'll pop by and get one. And then, I don't know whether he had it scheduled in or whatever, but he literally goes to Iceland and buys the pizza. And then it's not £2.
Like, that's the shit.
Yeah.
But
But it's got like 1.5 million, half a million.
But Gattis is that.
He just does
he's
mad, like,
sort of that
punk.
anti-comedy.
Yeah.
It's funny because he's so fucking bizarre.
Yeah, he does
I
like
saw his-
anti-comedy, but like he gets millions on there.
Oh, good for him, man. I like Gattis. He's a nice chap. But
Where do you stand on the whole debate over like authentic in the club comedy and internet comedy? And do you think?
So do you know what? It's part of the game now, like, and that's why I'm doing it more.
Yeah.
And you've got to do it really, because I'm being funny, but like, there are people that like go to Edinburgh, do well. No one fucking knows who they are, man.
Yeah.
What's the point? What's the point in going to Edinburgh and fucking winning this and that?
Yeah. No, that's
Or
why
you've got this accolade, and you've got that fucking thing on the poster. Oh, you got one of them. What's it
The
called?
wreaths.
The wreaths
Yeah.
are with fucking so and so 2-bob winner of whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then
you saw my poster, yeah.
But
Hey,
but then you-
2-bob winner is a very tough competition.
But this is the thing. And like we've all all comedians in this room, we've all had things that we can put on posters to raise this success. But that's for us, each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we got at the end of the day, comedy's a business, isn't it? And it's like, right, okay, but how many bums can you, if you're a fucking London comic, how many bums can you put on seats? If you're going to do a show once every year, how many people are going to come buy your tickets? Because you're not going to have no longevity in this game. If you don't have an audience, then you're fucked. Doesn't
because they're the bosses.
yeah, exactly, and that's how you make money. It's like, you can win all these accolades and you could be a real like industry darling. But that, do you know what? And I think we all want that to a certain degree. But what I'm starting to realise more is actually that don't fucking matter. If so and so who writes for whoever thinks you're good, but do you know what? I probably care less about that than if like, I want 1,000 people to find me funny on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'd rather that
When you
buy
say,
tickets.
when
They're
you say I'm
buying
doing a show,
tickets.
they buy tickets.
Yeah,
and so,
exactly. And it's funny how
It's worth remembering that Mo Gallagher never went to Edinburgh.
No,
No, he did.
Ma-
He
Well,
never
he
did a
did a
show.
split.
he
Yeah,
done a
he did a
split,
split, that was
but
it.
also there's that Mo Bean, man like
Man
Mo
Like Mo
Bean.
Bean.
He never went to Edinburgh. He was online thing, and these another guy, Paul Smith, Liverpool guy,
Yeah.
like good comic, really good, really nice guy as well. When I went to do Hot Water, just like really nice, down to earth bloke, and that he's the fucking selling out an arena in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Mo is when was the
Netflix
last
special.
person like Mo who could go and sell out theatres?
Yeah.
New comic like that.
He's
through
been
the-
the first. He's been like, in the next
first
10
person
years,
in ages,
10
and that's
years
through
to
online
do it,
stuff.
yeah.
So it's like I just think the game's changing. To be honest, the thing is though is that there's also a lot of there's some Instagram comedians that have got like 200,000, like hundreds of thousands of followers they're not that funny, man. But as well, they can't also, it doesn't look like they can't really monetize it because they don't have that skill to do stand-up. That's the thing. It's great having that following, but to really monetize it, and I think to have a career out of it, you've got to be able to go, right, I'm going on tour now, come watch me.
Yeah.
That's how you make the dough.
People want to come see you.
So
stand up.
that's my mentality.
chicken and
with
egg,
it,
you need
and that's,
both this,
and that's why I'm doing, and I love doing the videos now on Instagram. Like I generally fucking get a buzz out of them, getting that thing of the crying faces and like just people. And since I've been doing it for like last couple of months, but since I've been doing it like a couple of months, like my followers have gone up. Like I've doubled my followers in like fucking 2 months. So I think at the end of the year, if I can get to 10,000, that's what I'm after.
We should play a bit of the audio from your latest video or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I tell you, just go check him out.
At Jamesy Josh. It started off, I was just videoing just my nan basically. She's fucking nuts. But then she's 96 and she's got a bit of a shelf life. Yeah. so yeah.
Can't make her a main character.
So, you know.
Don't want to write her into that script.
That's good career.
Come on, Nan, wake up. I've got to do a video.
It's a bit dead, Nan.
Yeah, but that's it. So then but I just like, I do really enjoy doing that side of it. And I do encourage every comedian to start doing because it's just, more than anything, it's fun, to do.
There you
Like,
go.
just
Check
put
him
funny
out.
stuff out there.
Jamesy Josh.
But yeah, he was asking me about gig.
Oh, yeah. Worst gig, yeah.
Probably when I was about 6 months in. And I got booked to do a gig in Billericay.
Oh, brilliant. That's a wonderful
Good
time,
start.
by the way, 6 months in. Where
Yeah,
you think you know it because you've done a few.
It's the equivalent to being about 17 years old.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You think, I'm an adult now, I'm good at it. Like, you know.
sorry, yeah.
No, I tell you, it's playing football. You've scored one worldie, and it's the next game.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And
you've
you're
done
like, I'm on
nothing
a hot
before
streak.
then, but you had scored one worldie.
Yeah.
So you're like, this is it. I'm on.
Yeah. And, it was probably first like professional gig that I'd done. It was on a bill with all these good comics. Nice. And there's about 200 people in the audience. Of course, I got all my family down, a few of my mates. My now wife, I'd been going out of her for about 3 months.
Whoa.
Like,
But
in
is this
my
first
mind,
time she's seen you or she's seen you already?
she's the first time.
Fucking hell. To be honest though, if she can live, if she can stick with you through
Mate,
a 200-seater day,
I gotta say that's then I just thought. So I'll tell you through the story. But yeah, got them all down. But I'm just I'm sorry, but the first year of comedy or the first maybe 50, 100 gigs, you are deluded. You think you're better than you are. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So you think, oh fuck, I smashed it. That gig, you think every gig, you don't know that there's different rooms. You know what I mean?
And when things go well, like little ad libs, you don't know why they went well, and then you can't repeat them. You just think, I'll say that again at the next one.
Yeah, and
Different room.
you are just like the way that you view yourself is just like it is wrong.
Yeah.
So I went up there. I was only doing 5 minutes, and just fell to pieces, man.
So what happened? So is the night going all right? Are you in the middle?
Oh, mate, everyone's getting great reception. The fucking room is lit, mate. The room is lit. I'm up there.
Like,
You're
there
also,
going,
by the way, I'm
a
a fucking local boy.
Right.
So I'm just there. I'm just like, you want the action?
yeah.
Turn up, I'm performing tonight. I turn up, I'm thinking I'm a local boy. I think I'm going to be carried out there, mate. I think I'm going to be like Mark Wright.
Yeah, you like that shit?
Yeah.
Wait till.
I think I'm going to be the Mark Wright comedy.
Right.
You know, I'm thinking they're just going to fucking lap this up.
What was your opener at that time?
Like, there was some bird, right, shouting out, some bloke shouting out, I didn't even know it was a vehicle, shouting out to me. We were sitting down, I went, like, shouting me, saying, I went, what? And he went, oh, she wants your number. And I went, I'll get it after. And then just carried on. And then, I didn't really address it, but I said it like, I'll get it after, it almost come across that, like, I was like, of course she wants my number.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
arrogant, yeah.
Like, and then just carried on, and then like it just got so bad. Done not one laugh, just not got one laugh. I got off that stage, I was like utterly humiliated.
Yeah.
They'd all come,
How was the applause? Was like,
mate. It was just terrible. I mean, but all these things they make you better comics, don't they? Like that's what I always say to people. Like as hard as it is dying, that's where you learn, man. That's when after you fucking die on your ass, I always find you jump up a level.
Yeah.
Because you just...
But you know who? Someone said that to me as well. The reason why you've died as well is because you've already gone up a level. You're already doing a gig where you're the worst on the bill,
Right.
and then you learn how to play that.
Yeah.
You
Not
get
always.
you get good at not always.
Not always.
Yeah.
You get good at one level, and then your reward is to go to the next one, and then you're the shittest again.
Yeah.
And then you work your way up to get to being
Yeah.
good again. It upgrades. So
The thing is now, if I can get a good reaction, but now if I'm on a really good bill and I get the worst reaction, I'm confident in my ability enough. I'm like, no, I know I've been doing it a number of years now. That I know I'm good. Like I'm decent.
yeah, no, you're great. Yeah.
But that I know that I know I'm not fucking the best out there. I know that there's so many more levels above me, and it inspires me now. If I do a gig with someone and they fucking smash it, I'm like, yeah.
That's the level.
It
That's
gets
the
me
next-
excited
yeah.
because I'm like, oh yeah, that, do you know what I mean? It inspires me to write. But it was so bad. It was so humiliating. They'd all come out to watch me. I just jumped in my car and drove straight home.
What left?
I fucking left them all there. Mate, I couldn't face
Well,
them.
even the date, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 weeks-
my
no,
missus
3
called
months,
me
3
and I
months.
just went, I'm at home. She goes, okay, I'll come round. She come round.
Oh.
And
And
that's
says,
when I
that
knew.
was shit, that Josh.
She must have been looking at me like,
Like, what a piece of shit.
right.
I thought you said you was a comedian.
Mate, this is when I knew she was the girl for me because she's just watched me fucking humiliate myself. I'm not just humiliated myself, I've humiliated family around her. I've humiliated her really, where she's got, wait, so, and then she come in and she goes, look, it's bad, but you just got to pick yourself up. And I was like, fucking hell. And I just couldn't get in my mind. I was like, what? If that were, I've got to be honest, if she was up foot and she was a comedian and she died that bad, I'll be
I'm off.
see you later.
I'm off, yeah.
I was like, I'm not being associated with you. Like, I care about my image. Like, I care what people think about me. But yeah, she was just fucking great about it. But it was tough. And my best man at my wedding comes to watch us in the second row. And he said, he only told me this, about a year ago. He's like, yeah. He's like, I really respect what you've done because when I watched you at that gig, he goes, I just didn't think anyone could come back from that. He's just like, I don't know how you could be that bad. Right? I think, I want to give that another go. He was like, honestly, I respect you so much. And he said, there's a bloke behind him that was like, bloke behind him that fucking after I got my pathetic applause off. He went to his missus, he goes, fucking hell, that was shit. And I was like, oh God, I'm glad you didn't tell me that time because I probably would have stopped.
Yeah.
Luckily I had enough nice people around me who were like, look, it weren't all that, but you could do better. Pick me up.
So what? Yeah. So
but
after
it was
that,
rough.
what was it that got you to go do another gig? It was just people being
I
like,
you know
nice.
what? Just this is weird with comedy, and even if fucking I make it to whatever echelons of the comedy, I think I'll always do it just because it's what I've always wanted to do, and it's just what I love to do. And it was after a week off, I took that week off, and I was just like, you know what? With most things, especially when I play football, I'm a bit of a prima donna. I fucking something that don't go my way. We're losing 2-0. I fucking give up, no doubt. But it's something with me in comedy. Well, I just want to go again. You know what I mean? If it's shit, I just think, no, this is the only thing that I can't really stop at. I've just got this desire to keep on going.
You got to love the
learning.
process with comedy, man.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. You meet people who on the circuit or whatever, and they love it when it goes well, and that's great. And you should enjoy those times as well. But you've really got to love it all.
Love
you really
the
got
process,
to,
yeah.
exactly. You really got to love picking yourself up again. Rewriting a joke that doesn't go
Yeah.
well and watching that process go through.
Replaying rooms that you died in.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Replaying that and getting that satisfaction of being able to do it, and you're like, "Fuck you, fuck this place."
And that audience don't know. They're like, "Why was he so angry?" At the end?
You're like,
"Yeah, that's what you
yeah,
get. I just entertain you, motherfuckers."
I'd say I had that with the Gong Show at the Comedy Store.
Oh yeah,
I've done it once, right? And there was some guy shouted out something, look, fucking silly joke, and I just lost it. I was like, mate, I fucking come up here. I've been up since silly o'clock. If you think you can do better, you come up here and give it a go. And he started walking up to the stage. And I was like, oh, fuck. And do you know what? At the time, I just associate, when someone's walking towards you like that, you feel a bit threatened. You don't disassociate, especially early days, the stage with just real life. So I'm thinking, oh, God, I'm going to get in a fight? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I got gonged off, and it was just It was like that was up there with one of my worst gigs. Not as bad as that one in Billericay, but yeah. And then when I went back about a year later, I was thinking, I don't want to do this fucking gong show again. It went so bad last time. I can't be asked. Why am I putting myself through this? And my sister was like, just go. Like, and went back and won it. And then that feeling of being like, nah, do you know what I mean? Like you said, going back into that room and being like, and owning it. That satisfaction is not something you can get with many other things.
Anything else, it's just like, yeah, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
it is actual rage, and you're right, it's a completely different audience.
But
None
I
of the
didn't
people
feel
were there
like
last
rage.
time.
Fuck you. I felt a bit of relief. I was like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes.
great.
Thank fuck for that.
Yeah. Also, it's like a sign of improvement as well. But that was good. Right, guys, that was All I Do Is Fail. Thank you so much, Josh.
Thank you for having me, guys. I've been looking forward
Yeah.
to doing
Thank
this,
you
and
very
I
much.
really
So,
appreciate you getting
What
me
do you
on.
want to be?
You got the social media, James and Josh.
Instagram's the one really is what I'm trying to push, which is at Jamesy Josh, and then my name's Josh James, and that's a bit complicated, but yeah, go on there. I've got loads of videos and that where I'm just trying to be funny. So yeah, check it out.
There you go. That's what to do.
Sweet.
And same here. Check out our social medias at AIDIF Pod, AIDIF Pod, on all social medias. And of course, come to our live show. Tickets still available. Just a few left. Lol.
One or two.
Just a couple left, guys.
Yeah.
And it's gone. No, there's tickets available still. If you want to come, it's 21st of February, 8:30 p.m. as part of the Vault Festival in Waterloo at the Horse and Stables. Please
And
go
the
online.
date of it is
21st of Feb.
31st of Feb.
21st of Feb. And you go online. It's all on our social channels. You can the links there, or you can go on to vaultfestival.com and check out All I Do Is Fail.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, Josh.
Cheers, boys.
Thanks so much, Ali.
Thank you,
Cheers,
Josh.
Horatio. Boy.
Bye.